to be avoided. Only 20 years of age still, and I think beyond dispute the hottest prospect at any weight in the country. Last time he could not stop the fellow in front of him tonight, Mark Ramsey. That was just over a year ago. It went the full 6 rounds. Ramsey, one of only 3 men to take Hatton the distance so far. Can Hatton stop him tonight? That's the question. And even if he doesn't, it's a good chance for you at home again to assess the blossoming skills of this youngster from Manchester. What are we looking for from him, do you think, tonight, Glenn?
Well, I think obviously what he'll be looking for is to get Mark Ramsey out of there inside the distance. He was messed around a little bit last time, and I think what he wants to do is get a good, clean win here. He wants to do it in good style.
Ramsey is a proud old pro in his 46th fight tonight. He's 31 years of age. He loses more than he wins, but he's coming off a very good draw with the talented Tommy Peacock at the London Arena 3 weeks ago, so that may give him a wee bit more ambition. Last time these two fought, interestingly, I noticed Ramsey caught Hatton with some decent right hands, and if there is one weakness in Hatton's makeup that we've seen so far, it is that he can be caught by that particular shot.
He just started off himself with a good left hook, Hatton. He said he's probably the best up-and-coming talent we have. Very good balance, very exciting young fighter.
Hatton won an Intercontinental title in his last fight when he stopped Dylan Carew from Guyana in the 5th round. And he also won a Central Area Championship, beating the man who drew with Ramsey, Tommy Peacock. That was a great win for him in a couple of rounds. He's a particularly destructive body puncher, Hatton. It's all pretty deceptive too, because he only looks like a little boy. The body shots beginning to find their way in here.
That was a good combination of body punches from Hatton, but Ramsey did manage to catch him with a couple of right hands in close.
Some evil intent even with the jab from Hatton. Really sets himself, doesn't he, for those lefts to the body, plants the feet for the extra leverage.
Yes, he throws that left hook as if he's trying to lose it somewhere. But he really does let it go.
Little left hook from Hatton. Seemed to land with a bit of the inside of the glove, but there's that right hand from Ramsey. He just keeps his left glove a little bit low, Hatton, and that means he is open to the right hand if the opponent's quick enough with it.
But I think that's always going to be somewhat of a problem with Hatton. He will have to take punches because he's a fighter that wants to get close.
Welcome back to the Doncaster Dome tonight, a splendid arena just down the road from where they run the St Leger on the Town Moor racecourse here in Doncaster.
Well, there's Hatton doubling up that left hook. Good one into the pit of the stomach, then bring it to the head. There, see it from another angle. Excellent variety of punches there.
Second round, Hatton with his back to you at the moment, the 20-year-old from Manchester. There's been a little bit of upheaval behind the scenes in the Hatton camp. His trainer, Billy Graham, currently has a rather frosty relationship with manager Frank Warren, and Billy Graham's had to move out of his gym as well. And that's just a slip by Ramsey. I think there's some water had spilt in the corner there where Nobby Nobbs was doing his work between the rounds. And it has given Ramsey at least a little break. Not the kind of one he would have exactly wanted, I don't think.
Ramsey's looking for that counter with the right hand as Hatton comes in. That's the punch he's looking for. He's getting Hatton now and again. Just carry that left just a little bit too low.
Hatton trying to drive his man back with a jab and then set him up for the assault. But Ramsey's pretty knowing. He also lasted 8 rounds with the good class American Corey Johnson back in May in Sheffield. Mark Ramsey. It's a bit of a hiding to nothing job, isn't it, from Hatton's point of view? He's at the stage really where I'm sure inside he's bursting to be pitched up a level.
Yes, I think he will be, but this is still very much a learning fight. He's at that part of his career where he needs fights like this. There's always more to learn off a fighter like Ramsey, and I think he'll be looking to try and see that he's improved from last time.
Any stoppage win for Hatton here would be a good one. It's only due to go 6. In survival mode for the most part, Ramsey, but always with a view to getting in with the odd sneak counter.
Hatton just trying his attacks to the body. It's difficult to catch Ramsey to the head. He is quite elusive.
That's a sharp right hand from Ricky Hatton. His story now pretty well documented, but if you don't know Hatton by now, he's the son of a Manchester City footballer. He nearly became a soccer player himself.
It's a good attack from Hatton now, mixing the punches up very well there.
Ramsey just shaking his head as he emerged from that assault, as if to say, I'm okay, no problem. You've not got to me yet. Welcome back, and Ricky Hatton has got a cut here. Damage there by the left eye. Looks a bit nasty, this one too.
Yep, there it is. It's in a bad place as well. Has been cut before in a fight with Paul Denton and come through that to win well. But it's something he could do without.
I think it might be something of a recurring problem. He looks to have the kind of skin, doesn't he, that might cut up. 3rd round.
He does have quite prominent eyebrows. They do stick out, and that's often a problem.
Cut to the left eye. Let's see if we can get a closer look. It is a pretty nasty one. Looks to be around the eyelid where the blood could flow into the eye. So this definitely wasn't in the script for Hatton. And it'll lift Ramsey a little. Sharp little right hands from Hatton. He's got a good repertoire of punches. Oh, and he gets in there with an impressive burst, both to head and body.
Well, Ramsey just cuffing Hatton around the head there, nothing in them punches.
Hatton, the winner of the Boxing Writers Young Boxer of the Year award, first one in 1951 by Randolph Turpin, in the year that he had that fantastic win over Sugar Ray Robinson at Earl's Court. Been many famous names since. Can Hatton go on to keep that kind of company? We all hope so. We need stars.
Just a little more cautious here, just feeling his way in a bit more. Still very much an attacking fighter as he is, but just looking to be a little more cautious before he makes his assault.
He'll be conscious of that blood around the eye. Trying to get the left glove up more to protect that area. He's definitely stepped up a gear, I think, Hatton. The cut is a bit of a dodgy one. I don't think it's anything that's going to stop the fight at the moment. But they'll have work to do, and quite urgent work to do again between the rounds. Welcome back to Doncaster. Ricky Hatton having one or two problems here. And this is how we reckon that the British light welterweight scene shapes up at the moment. Shane Neary holding the WBU title, and you've got people like Thaxton, Paul Burke, Jason Rowland, the British champion. Hatton down at number 8, but definitely climbing at the moment. Fourth round, due to go 6. Ricky Hatton in the blue, grey and black trunks, and they want to have that blood wiped away around the eye. There's Billy Graham. It's a bit of a worry for them, Glenn.
Yes, the referee just asking for a bit of the grease to be taken away from the eye. An awful lot put there for his protection. The referee not wanting as much there.
Covering up well, Mark Ramsey. 10 years nearly since Ramsey made his debut. He's learned a lot about how to get by in this tough business.
This is beginning to get a bit more of a test for Hatton with that extra worry of the damage to the eye, which is quite a bad cut.
I think the problem that Hatton has, or one of them, is that he's been getting so many rave reviews that people expect him to sparkle every time. And look here at Ramsey stepping it up and just trying to score a few psychological points, conducting the crowd in the cheers as if to say, look, I know about this guy's reputation, but it doesn't cut much ice with me.
Well, Hatton come back with a good left and right straight after that. He's trying to keep his hands up, but that eye's looking very bad.
It's looking very bad, isn't it? It's looking the worst it's looked so far, and we're only halfway through the 4th round. Mickey Vann is the referee, keeping a close look on that, and I suppose there has to be a faint possibility here that Hatton could lose his unbeaten record on the cut.
Well, there's a fair bit of blood about. It really depends on how bad the cut is. Sometimes the blood just around it can make it look a lot worse.
Still another 6 minutes after this round ends as well. Ramsey's been lifted by that. Hatton just finding it hard to discover his usual spark since the cut happened.
As you can tell, he's obviously thinking, and he's not flowing as he normally does.
Good right hand, though. Still finding some good shots amid all of that. Still winning the fight.
I guess he's doing more. The better quality work is still from Hatton.
Oh, lovely little left uppercut too in there from Hatton. And they need to work again on that cut, and quick. Ensley Bingham, the British light middleweight champion, among those working in the corner there. Billy Graham doing the work on the cut. Hatton has had to do his training for this fight at the Mottram and Hattersley Club because the Phoenix gym has been closed down. Steve Alford's gym kindly helping Hatton out, but it's one of his more uncomfortable nights, this, isn't it?
It is uncomfortable for him. A big barge being shown here from Ramsey, but look at Hatton. I mean, he's keeping cool there. Hands are up, nothing of any importance really getting through there. Where Hatton's work was much more better quality, better variation. Still, he's got to think, got to keep those hands up. Can't take too much, or that cut will worsen.
fifth round of 6. Hatton battling to impress here. Just a question really, I think, of when they really do decide to let him off the leash. Has been talk about him fighting Mexicans recently, but Billy Graham, the trainer, has refused those opponents on the grounds that he hasn't been sent videos to have a look at them. And some people have interpreted that as Hatton avoiding people, which is not great publicity for him. There are misunderstandings and deliberate misconstructions of the truth in this business.
Yes, there are, but I think Billy Graham's, it's a sensible idea. He's got a good prospect here, and it's really carelessness not to have a look at a tape and know what you're preparing for when you've got somebody's future in your hands.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that, but I mean, other people use that, don't they?
Oh, certainly, they certainly do. But really all Hatton's got to do is keep winning against the opponents put in front of him.
Some blood from the nose and mouth of Ramsey now. Meanwhile, Hatton's own eye damage holding up a little bit better.
But Ramsey again has some success with his right hand. This may just bring home to Ricky Hatton that he needs to do something about the left hand. He needs to keep it up because he is obviously suspect to punches to that side.
There it is again, right on cue, just as you were saying it, Glenn. Ramsey had that success, and you do wonder if and when Hatton is pitched up in class, whether he'll be made to pay a heavier price for that little technical glitch. But they've known about it for some time, and there's been no noticeable improvement, has there?
There hasn't. I mean, really, it's, you know, he might be getting told. I'm sure he's watching the videos of us pointing it out, but that's something that he's got to do himself, and that takes an effort. You know, it's obviously a habit he's getting into over the years.
Really good spirited effort again from the proud Mark Ramsey tonight as well. He really does give some value. And a gum shield of Ramsey's come out. That'll have to be rinsed off. Go on, get on with it, says Nobby.
Ramsey just making a little messy. He's trying to, he wants a bit of time now.
Getting caught with the right hand, Hatton, towards the end of the round.
Another 3 games live cricket for you here on Sky Sports 1. Sunday, the 4th day of the Vodafone Challenge Series, Kent against New Zealand. Monday and Tuesday, the CGU National League. Lancashire playing Warwickshire, Worcestershire playing Leicestershire. So live 3 cricket games for you, starting Sunday at 11 in the morning here on Sky Sports 1. Back to Glenn and Ian.
Yeah, thanks, Paul. Coming up to the last round of this one, Ricky Hatton, we think, in a pretty big lead, but it's been an excellent effort again by Matt Ramsey, who shows every sign of once again taking Hatton the full way, just as he did 13, 14 months ago.
Yes, again showing what a good competitor he is, Mark Ramsey, making life difficult for Ricky Hatton.
Yes, Ramsey's phone is going to keep on ringing, isn't it, with offers of work. Hatton has never looked once, really, as if he's had Ramsey in any kind of serious trouble.
Well, I think he shone so much in such a small time, Ricky Hatton, but in both fights against Mark Ramsey, he's never really looked that great. And I think it could be a lot to do with the style of Ramsey. He's very competitive, but fighters often have opponents like this that they just never quite get it all together against.
He may even be mentally settling for the points win, you feel, Hatton. Maybe from an early stage when the cut happened, the corner and the count were taking the view, well, it's one of those nights, let's just get out of here with the W against our name.
Well, I think there certainly was a point early on where you could just see Hatton being that little bit more cautious with his attacks.
We spoke to Billy Graham just before the fight outside, and he was saying to us, well, Mark Ramsey gave Ricky a tough time in the first fight, and I reckon he will again.
Yes, he did. I think, you know, the style is always going to do that.
No knockdown there. That's sharp-looking left hand from Hatton. There's blood around the side of his head as well. Now, I don't know if that's smudged from the eye or what, or whether there's a little bit of damage around the side of the head. We'll try to get a look at that.
Well, that could be off the mouth of Ramsey, which is also bleeding.
Just a slightly difficult time, I think, in Hatton's career. He's just past that first flush of the career now, and he's still having to spend time in the learning phase before he's moved on. It's just the danger, I suppose. It's only a little danger that he might go off the boil.
Well, certainly I think, although he's young, I think he's ready to move up to a better class of opponent. I know it's a gamble, but I think with him, he is. I think he's the sort of fighter that needs constant challenges.
It's over anyway. Hatton will get the decision. Indeed he does. Nobby Nobbs, the trainer of Ramsey, has something to say about that. There are one or two boos too ringing around the arena, and I think it's the first time that Ricky Hatton has had that kind of reception.
Well, that's something that you've got to get used to. I think a lot of people are expecting him to really shine. He didn't do it, and I think it's more disappointment in Hatton than the fact that there was any boos about the decision. For me, Hatton was a clear winner, although he just failed to really shine. But I think that the cut was obviously a major factor. He didn't really press home for the stoppage because of that cut.
He's had all positive publicity so far, and people have been saying nice things about him. But maybe when he picks up the boxing trade paper, Boxing News and Boxing Monthly a bit later, he might find one or two criticisms beginning to creep in this time. But that's something that a young professional fighter just has to learn to live with.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of 6 very good rounds of boxing, the referee's scorecard reads Mark Ramsey 56 points, Ricky Hatton 60 points. The winner, and still undefeated, making it 14 in a row, Ricky the Hitman Hatton. And appreciations, please, Mark Ramsey.
Well, it goes to prove, doesn't it, that big name reputations have to be justified every time any fighter goes into the ring. Let's call that a learning night for Ricky Hatton. More from him and about him in a moment. Our top of the bill coming shortly live tonight, one of the big fights of the year. Ryan Rhodes bidding for the vacant WBO World Middleweight title. Rhodes himself has had that experience like Hatton of being the flavour of the month for a while and then having to come back down to earth, regroup, redevelop and go on from strength to strength, and he hopes tonight will be the proof that he has learned the lessons that needed learning. Rhodes against Matthews shortly. Now let's get a word with this young man, Mr. Hatton, with Ian Darke.
Ricky, frustrating experience again for you against Mark Ramsey, who held you to a points decision before.
I'd say this was my 14th fight, and before this I'd say Mark giving me toughest fight, and again unfortunately I've sustained a cut. Don't know what it is against these Ramsey brothers, must have heads like rock, but it's the same cut again, so I was happy. It was a nice workout. I've got another fight in 3 weeks, so you know, it's just, you know, a good workout, which was right for me.
Are you going to be able to have another fight in 3 weeks looking at that cut? It looks a bit bad. I don't think you are you?
Yeah, I doubt it now. Like, I've not had a chance to look at it in the mirror properly, but it's the same cut as last time, so obviously I'll probably have to miss that, but my last one healed quite good. Hopefully, you know, it doesn't look, from what Billy, my trainer, says, it's not a deep cut, so be all right. But again, it happened early in the fight, and then it was panic stations again, and I tried to you know, I tried to move out, try and keep more distance in, because the last time I was caught against Paul Denton, they left me heading too close. So this time I tried to box, and I thought I boxed quite nice under the circumstances. I got a lot better performance in me, but you know, I can't grumble. Mark Ramsey gives everyone fit. You've
been playing to rave reviews so far. There were 1 or 2 boos at the end tonight. Now, that's not like you, is it? Frank Warren says it was Mark Ramsey's mum.
I mean, my performances so far, I think, you know, I've been so good. I think the expectation is every time I'm supposed to look, you know, the $1 million man type thing, and you can't do it every time, particularly against someone like Mark Ramsey. So, you know, he was switching and all that. So, you know, I can't really complain. You know, I boxed nice. I thought I picked him off. He caught me with a few, but Mark's trying to catch most people with shots.
Well done tonight, anyway. Thanks a lot. Cheers.
I think we can also report that the one thing he's not in danger of having